That would be a problem.
Okay.
There's nothing you can do about
I think we were about to start an apprenticeship. How to get things done.
I've heard that someone stole from you.
Who told you that? Probably Bartok, huh? Didn't he have anything better to tell you? Oh, well, let me tell you, if I get hold of this bastard, he can say his prayers. I left the shop for only a moment. When I came back, I could only just see him leave, with my bow on his shoulder. I called the guards right away, but the lowlife ran towards the harbor, and they lost him there. I lit a bonfire under their asses then, and they searched the entire harbor district. But they didn't find a thing. Those bumbling lackeys. I bet my bow is still in town somewhere. I informed the guards on both city gates, and they haven't seen anyone leave with my bow. When I get my hands on that bastard...
I want to start as your apprentice.
Before I take you on, I need to know, of course, whether you're any good at all.
No, I'm not. That's why I want to be an apprentice.
What do you want me to do for you?
I will teach you how to skin an animal, and you will bring me, let's say, half a dozen wolf skins. Then I'll know that you have learned your trade. If it doesn't take you forever, and if the skins are in acceptable condition, or... you can start with one of the other masters, if that's what you really want.
Okay. It costs us 5 learning points to do this.
Teach me how to skin animals.
Right. Listen, it's quite easy, really. You take a sharp blade and cut open the animal's belly. Then make a few small incisions on the inside of the legs, and you can peel off the skin. Bring me the wolf skins and we shall see.
We're still left with 15 points. I think I'll invest those in one-handed weapon skills. I'm not sure if I talked about the weapon skills, how they affect the
That's been known a long time.
fighting. It's
Where did you pick that up then?
maybe I did. I don't recall. Well, if I have to repeat things, it's not exactly too dangerous. We aren't doing anything important at the moment. Basically, how the damage formula works is, with melee weapons at least, there's normal hits and critical hits, and the difference is that critical hits, well, normal hits have a divider of 10, which means they do 1/10 of the damage, which means they're mostly useless. And the skill is directly the chance to do critical hits. So, if you aren't able to do critical hits, it doesn't matter really how strong you are or what weapon you use. You're going to suck at it. So, we can only raise it by 15% now, and 30% is the cut line to get out of being a rookie. It'll still more than double our chance to cause critical hits, which should increase our survivability. And we're going to take it one way or another, so we might as well invest it in now.
Hey! Let's begin with the training.
%128% critical hit chance. So 1 in 4 more or less should cause actual damage to the enemy. Still, 6 wolf
Martial law
skins.
is immediately declared in all cities and regions of the realm. All civilian judges are to hand over their duties to the royal paladins, effective immediately. The Honorable Lord Andre is
I think we have still at least...
Hey, you, wait. You look familiar to me.
What do you want?
I've seen your face before somewhere, right? Here, we found this picture on some bandits we picked up a few days ago. It looks a lot like you. Apparently, those guys were looking for you.
Gee, I'd never have thought of that myself.
Very funny. What did those guys want from you?
Ask them yourself. You've got them safely locked up, haven't you?
No, they're dead.
I guess we'll never know then.
If you're in some kind of trouble, go talk to Lord Andre. Maybe he can help you. You'll find him in the barracks.
I don't think we've just investigated the harbor yet. At the same time, I'd like to get something done. We've already spent quite a lot of time here, and we've probably spent quite a lot of time still. But too large of a chunk of basically just talking to people and not doing anything, it's doesn't sit well with me. I really would like to get in there and maybe get the armor, but that would mean lockpicking would be a must. We probably could afford a leather armor.
It's a bad business. We can only wait and see.
I think we should buy one. I'm sure we can get an armor when we join a faction. Here's the thing though. It could in real time be hours before we do that.
That would be a problem. I never knew
And that means a lot of fighting where we would be basically, well, with just light clothes on our back. $250 gold needed.
Show me your wares.
It's a 10 increase as far as I can see to our armor class, or protection against weapons. Yeah, I can't sell those. I need to sell something. Probably weapons that I don't see immediate use for. Yeah, the sword might be a good one. It's a dexterity based sword. So we have two of them anyway. Heavy branch is 16. Oh crap. What did we sell? We sold heavy. We sold daggers, maybe a poker too. At least now I figured out how to... Poker seems like a tool. Wait, at least I figured out how to sell entire stacks. Yeah, that's fine.
Alright, give me the armor.
You'll love it.
Do you really believe that?
Current armor is 15 weapon protection, so it'll increase by 10. It also provides fire protection and arrow protection, more of them. The protection is only 10 more, but at this level that probably translates to quite a significant protection advantage.
I hardly know what to believe anymore.
Anyway, wolf murdering.
He doesn't see that.
We did encounter a few of them here. I don't know. I think we're only going to basically have the ability to skin wolves, though. So I'd like to avoid anything else. Maybe because it's a potential source of loot once we learn more. So I'd like to basically have those looting abilities before we go fighting more monsters. I think, is that a wolf? Yes it is. There's a couple of wolves there at least. It's sort of a problem. One wolf is something you can handle without too much fuss, especially if they're junior versions, but multiples at the same time, that's quite a bit different story. How do I get down anyway? Another two wolves. I'm hoping they're the flies. Hoping they're the junior variety. They're very much guaranteed to attack at the same time, I'd say. Yes, not a lot we can do but try to go forward. I'm thinking of moving back to the control system of Gothic 1, at least for a sort of a test period. Trying to use keyboard mouse combination and keyboard attacks at the same time is sort of clunky. No, it's not here. Game settings, Gothic 1 controls. Let's try it. I have to... It feels a little bit better at least. Hopefully it is. So, 1/3 there already. No, there's at least two wolves here. Hopefully they're these young versions too. How do we get down though? It's goblins.
Nothing there.
So evening coming up again. I'd really do want mage training quite soon too. It would be lovely to get at least a light spell. We do have a scroll, but I'd like to save those for if we really get in a bad situation where light isn't just a minor convenience to see better, but it's absolutely necessary to get forward. I can see a wolf there. You like the terrain quite a bit this time. You can probably lose creatures in the undergrowth. Not too many perhaps. And they're proper wolves. So yeah, this is too much for us. With wolves, we would have to be basically facing them one at a time, more or less. Ranged weapons would also work, but we are not good enough with bows, and we only have magics in scroll form, so it would be shame in general to waste in such a situation. I have a feeling we might have to rely on it for proper survival, so just to make a hunt a bit more convenient is not a good reason to get it. I'm thinking of going where we met Lester, basically the Brotherhood member that we met in the first game. He was in a sort of a forest area like this. He probably has gold. Same sort of enemies running around. I'm hoping that in more smaller groups though. 3 wolves at the same time is just way too much. Leather satchel and a scroll. You go, Ace. And 5 go. I think we got a fireball scroll. We might as well rest if we have the opportunity. Well, the tower is near. I don't want to play this in the dark. It has enough color so you are not totally unable to see what's going on, but it's still fairly straining for the eyes to try to figure out what the hell is you are seeing. We have torches. Yeah, that's good enough. What happens if and you drop your torch? I never got this because you don't have a shield, so only with 2-handed weapons would your arm be used up by the weapon. So why not just put a weapon in the other hand? Especially if you're skilled, you are not using your one-handed weapon with 2 hands at that point. I suppose we should fight though. I mean pretty much against everything, even though we can't loot them yet. Otherwise we'll never get next level up if we sort of try to evade all fights. Sure, we'll lose out on some money, but yeah, we can't be that stingy. I doubt the game will come. It will depend on the couple of hundred coins we might lose that way. Very unlikely, at least. So, yeah, it's not worth it. Yeah, this is a wonderful place. Can't see anything.
Nothing to plunder.
Yeah, we have the ability to skin, but nothing else. Yeah, I can't see anything here. I can hear that we're close to some kind of creatures. Rats. Don't like the dagger though. I think I'll prefer the dark spike club. The problem with the dagger is that it doesn't have any real reach. Ten experience points from young rats. Seems to be right up our alley. Pathetic enemies. No real danger. Well, we aren't exactly getting a lot out of them either. $50 gold. Well, we're getting the money back from our leather armor. What is this? Coffin, sarcophagus, and interact with it. Rusty sword. Iotar. I can't do anything here. How good is the rusty sword, and do we have the ability to use it? No. Strength required 30. It was worth a little bit of cash. Still no wolf skin. That's I think we have 2. Right. Yeah. We could get 3. We managed to kill 3 wolves at the same time, so that might be asking a bit too much at the moment. There's definitely something here. No. Young wolf fighting a rat. Well, that's our third skin though. Halfway there. More importantly, this place seems to contain young wolves. Much easier to kill. With a single hit if we're lucky. I like this quite a bit. This looks like a proper goddamn forest. Easy to stumble onto a wolf or a giant rat. Speaking of wolves, that would give us 4 and 5 skins. So, one more. If Lester isn't here, he's probably at the tower then. Those one-hit kills are us getting basically the critical hit on melee. So that's how important it is. Pretty much it would take multiple hits to kill even a young wolf otherwise. And the situation just gets worse and worse and worse when you get into more dangerous creatures. So it's pretty much either you have huge amount of skill or don't even bother using melee weapons. That's the rule of thumb. With range weapons is the same thing but for different reasons. Here the chance is, with them the chance is directly the percentage to hit. At least that's what I got the impression of. So equally important. No, I'd say less important in fact. But still you want to have it on a very high level. But with melee weapons, it's basically either you have the skill or just go home. You're not gonna kill anyone with it. So, what are we gonna get from this? We're still fairly... yeah, we have 1000 experience points needed to get to level 3. We don't really have money. We don't know any spells. We have no magic circle knowledge. So this is a bit rubbish. As well go to the tower too. Hopefully Lester is here, and even if he isn't, I do want to rest. Although we do have the torch, so I guess it doesn't really matter. We'll have to rest here or in the city anyway. I just want to see if Lester actually is here, and maybe there has been sort of a minor development, maybe a situation update. Yeah. Now let the poor guy sleep. Necromancer never sleeps.
Hey! Can you tell me anything about this stone tablet?
First, I suspected it might be a magical artifact, but I finally concluded that it is not of any great significance. I have not been able to decode the meaning of this tablet entirely, but it seems to concern the history of a very old culture. If you want the tablet, it's yours. I have no use for it.
Have you talked to Lester yet?
Yes, I have peppered him with questions. He was able to tell me a lot, but he is completely exhausted. It's almost a miracle that he survived this escape at all. I have sent him to bed for now.
What did he tell you?
Nothing good, I'm afraid. He has seen not only a dragon, but also men in black, hooded cloaks.
And?
If these men exist, then their presence will pose a possible threat, and I don't like that. Here, take my ring. It will protect you against magic.
Okay, so 100 experience points and a magical item. Yes, it was worth coming here.
Why is the Circle of Fire not supposed to know about you?
I used to be a high member of the Circle. Even then I suspected that demon magic might be the key to the magic barrier. But I could never have convinced the other members of the Circle to follow this path. So I left the Circle in order to study the black arts. That is a crime for which the fire magicians, the ordained of Enos, the ever good and virtuous, will accept no excuse. They are certain that I'm still alive, but they have no idea where to find me, and that's a good thing too.
I've been to town.
And? Were you able to talk to the leader of the Paladins?
Well, they won't let me see him.
Nonsense. There must be a way for you to see him. If all else fails, enter the monastery and become a magician. That might be considered morally questionable, but it would get you what you need. If you were a magician, he would certainly have to see you.
So there's no need to learn all this. Well, I do want to learn the trophy taking anyway, so I don't regret doing this.
Where can I find better equipment?
The closest place where you can get better weapons and armor is the city of Corinus. But down in the valley you can find some healing herbs that will help you if you get injured in a fight. See the lake right in front of my tower. A secret passage leads to the valley from there.
So what should we do next?
We shall proceed as planned. There's no other way. You can go get yourself the Eye of Enos, and I shall keep looking for answers.
Okay, what's the ring? Useless silver ring, so... Okay... Ring of Spirit, magic protection 3. It's better than nothing, I suppose. I'd like to talk to Lester too. I think people usually like to get interrupted when they're sleeping.
Damn it. What's up?
Are you still exhausted?
And how? I told Zardis everything. Now I'm going to sleep for a while. Like 1 or 2 days. Or longer.
Fair enough. Let's go to the city. Report our successes with the wolves. Now, I'm still a bit worried about the amount of experience we're gaining. It's very low. Well, the reason it's a problem because if we want to gain those magic abilities, it's going to require at least a decent amount of learning points. At the same time, maybe we should report our success with the water mage too. We talk to him.
Hey, you! I gave Vatras your letter.
I didn't expect anything else. Thanks.
Weren't you and your people enemies of the water mages back then?
Those crazy old days are over. There isn't any more new camp or old camp. Now that the penal colony no longer exists, everyone is on his own. Most of us former prisoners are still being hunted. The water mages were able to get my sentence commuted, and now I can move about freely.
I want to learn your abilities.
Sure. What do you want to know?
Sneak is also just 5 LP. Small things, but they're still of significant worth, I say. Couple of 100 experience from just talking compared to a single rat fight, it gives you 10 experience points. So there's quite a lot of fighting we don't have to do before we reach the next level. We shouldn't encounter trouble on this road. Yeah, not trouble at all. What about the pirates? Should we help him?
About the city guards.
Yes, got an idea?
Farmer's clothes.
They should let you pass if you're wearing these farmer's clothes.
That's just what I need. Man, I know I could count on you. Nobody will bother me disguised as a local yokel. Excellent. You did really well. Here's your promised reward.
What? 50 measly gold coins? You can't be serious.
Gold isn't everything, my friend. Take them for now. I have the feeling that we'll be seeing one another soon. And who knows, maybe I'll return the favor. Look after yourself.
Fair enough. It's basically the gold we spend on the clothes anyway, so didn't lose out on anything. And a favor for a favor sounds good. Okay. How much experience are we gonna get from this? Yeah, I just need to find a place to sleep, apparently.
Damn it. What's up?
Wolfskins.
About the wolfskins, I've got them. Here.
Great. I knew you would be suitable for this job. Here's the pay I promised you. And what do you think? Isn't this better work than banging away at swords all day or filling little bottles in a dusty chamber?
I'm guessing this will happen if you don't have sneak with you and you go into a house you don't own. The people there will wake up, so you can't actually steal anything.
I want to start as your apprentice.
Great. You seem to know the basics already. But Harrod isn't convinced of your abilities. Thorbin will only give you his approval with the blessing of the gods. Constantino says you can sign up wherever you want for all he cares. Matteo says he has not yet talked to you about this. You need the approval of at least 4 masters in order to be able to start an apprenticeship in the lower part of town. This means that you should talk to all those who do not quite approve of you yet.
Ah, fair enough. Let's go and sleep. So the next day we'll have to do probably something similar to all the other masters too.
You didn't get that from me.
Probably don't have to buy skills
That's
though,
not what I heard.
which is the important difference.
I can't believe that.
If we do, I'm setting screw this and going to the Magus Guild.
Don't tell me you didn't know that.
Don't tell this to anyone.
By the way, at least we got the basics down.
Is it really true?
Okay, are these everlasting torches or something? I don't really want to complain though. It's a wonderful thing if we can use a single torch basically to go through an entire dungeon. I'm sure it'll burn out at some point though. By the way, we did the basic stuff there. Similar job, I assume, for everyone else. I do want to check one thing immediately. Can we get the lockpicking? We don't have the points for it, so we can't, but in theory, we get it. We'll decide where we are going to spend our level up points. I don't think so. I believe we'll have to become an apprentice to someone.
Can you sell me some lockpicks?
Well, alright, but they won't be of any use to you as long as you don't know how they work.
Can you teach me how to pick locks?
I don't know whether you can be trusted or not. For all I know, I'm not
Yeah. So, too soon. Either way, good enough of a start, and at least we did something useful this time.